Hi everyone, it's 5 on Friday time and I'm Nurse Cathy. Well, October 3rd through the 9th is Mental Health Awareness Week. Now in 2019, 51 plus million people experience mental health issues. Now being healthy is not only our physical health, but it's also our mental and emotional well-being. So today I sat down with my friend Rashad Davis from Columbus EAP to discuss mental health. So let's listen to what Rashad had to say. Well, hi Rashad, welcome. I'm so glad you could be with me today.
Hi, Kathy. It's good to be with you again.
Well, this next week is Mental Health Awareness Week. So we hear the term mental health, but what exactly is mental health?
So that's a good question. October 3rd through the 9th is Mental Health Awareness Week this year and every year. And our first step in increasing awareness is acknowledging that we all really have mental health. Now, good mental health generally means having the ability to think, feel, act, and react in a way that produces a good quality of life for ourselves overall. But some of us go through frequent and sometimes prolonged periods where we just can really experience some real challenges and difficulty with our ability to navigate some of those thoughts and those feelings that we have. This could be a really good sign of poor mental health.
What can we do, or how can we be proactive in identifying warning signs that possibly poor mental health is developing?
So, if it becomes increasingly difficult to recognize the good qualities that you possess, which you know of yourself, if your attitude toward the world around you and people that you interact with on a regular basis becomes increasingly negative, if you find yourself feeling stuck or in a rut, or feeling one very strong emotion consistently, like sadness, or hopelessness, helplessness, if you find that you are no longer productive at work or just unable to be present when you are with family and friends, and if you see change or uncertainty is causing really acute anxiety for you in the form of panic attacks, stress, or prompts for you to isolate yourself, then these are really good indicators that you may need to find some help pretty soon.
Oh, okay. Well, let's say someone is able to catch those warning signs. What should be their first step in seeking help?
Yeah, I think this is where people have the greatest difficulty because they may be experiencing some of these warning signs and they really just don't know what to do about it. A lot of times they can be unclear as to how to get started and what that relationship should look like as they're trying to seek services. So, if a person feels like they are in need of mental health or behavioral health services, a good first step is just checking with your employer to see what wellness programs are available as a benefit to those employees and possibly free of charge. And if a person is not employed, then Google can really be your best friend, right? And so there are always free or low cost mental health services throughout the community, and these can be really easy to access providers through those particular channels. If neither of these options are available to you or you have difficulty understanding how to access services, just be sure to ask your primary care physician, your family doctor, about available resources for mental health concerns. And if you don't have a doctor, just reaching out to any doctor in the community and their reception site should be able to kind of give you a heads up. The last thing I'll say is the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA, is our national resource for mental health concerns, and they have available resources as well. And so does the National Alliance on Mental Health, or NAMI. They're also another great resource.
That's great information. So, Rashad, are there any key takeaways from today that we should be aware of?
Yeah, so I think the biggest misconception about mental health in general and then seeking help is that you should wait until you are in crisis or in immediate need to seek services. And once a person has really reached that point, any coping skills that you might learn may be ineffective, right? So it's important to realize that everything in our lives requires regular maintenance, right? So from our relationships to our homes and our vehicles to our physical bodies, right? There are things that we need to kind of keep us going. So it's important to think of addressing mental health concerns in the same manner. So we have to do the regular maintenance to avoid those debilitating consequences that make it extremely difficult for us to be productive at work, to be present at home, and to really see ourselves in a good light. So we have to believe our bodies and believe our minds. If you are questioning whether you are okay, it's probably a good indicator that you aren't, and it's time to seek some help so that you can be sure.
Oh, Rashad, this has been great information. Now, would you like to share a little bit about how people could reach out and contact you?
Absolutely. So there are four of us here at the City of Columbus Employee Assistance Program. The best way to reach out to us is our direct line at 614-645-6894. And calling that main line, you'll get either one of us at any given time. You're not going to speak to a receptionist. You're going to speak to a clinician every time you pick up the phone. So you can feel free to give us a call, whether you know how this works or not. We will walk you through it, and we will get you the services that you need.
Oh, thank you so much, Rashad, for this information. I'm sure everyone's going to find this very helpful. And once again, I thank you for being with me today.
Absolutely. It's my distinct pleasure to do so, Cathy. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Well, thanks again to Rashad Davis for his insight on mental health. I always enjoy it when I get to talk to Rashad. So if you or someone you know is experiencing an emergency, dial 911. Now, if you or someone you know is experiencing suicidal thoughts, call National Suicide Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. Now, if you're someone who doesn't like to use the phone, you prefer to text, you can also text NAMI, which is the National Alliance of Mental Health Illness, at 741-741, and you'll be connected to a trained crisis counselor on their crisis text line. Now, also, this is a free service. Now, also remember, as a city employee, you do have access to Columbus EAP. It's an available resource to help employees and their dependents who are experiencing some difficult times. You can call 614-645-6894, and you'll actually speak to one of the counselors. There's no receptionist that will answer the phone. Actually, one of the counselors will. So I hope you have a great day, great weekend, and don't forget to watch Ashley on Monday with Beyond the Table. Bye. See you next week.